One day I'm at the crib, we sitting there watching TV. She jumps up like, yo, hide in the closet. I'm like, what the fuck is you talking about? Nigga, I'm not hiding in no closet. She's like, no, my cousin's here and you can't be here. If she finds out I'm talking to you, I'll lose custody of my kid. I'm like, what? I go in the closet. I'm thinking it's gonna be a little quick 5-10 minute wait. Nah, I'm R. Kelly trapped in that joint for like an hour and 45 minutes. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of the Chronicles of Mike Murphy. I am your host, the one and only comedian Mike Murphy. Hey, before we go any further, please do me a favor. If you're not already subscribed to the channel, stop what you're doing and hit the subscribe button. Like, share, comment. Tell a friend and tell a friend, because any way that you can help contribute to growing the audience on this channel, I greatly appreciate it. Because I said it before, I'll say it again. Without you, there is no me. And for that, I am forever thankful. Today's episode, I'm going to call it Me, D, and Elijah. R. Kelly said age ain't nothing but a number, and he was talking about an underage girl. Hey, yo, we was not feeling that, right? But let me ask y'all this. Does the same standards apply when the roles were reversed? The woman is older and the boy is younger. Now, I don't think it does. I think that's just one of those double standards because I don't think it has the same effect on a young man as it does a young woman. But y'all may disagree. Today, I'm here to tell my story, and I'll let y'all be the judge of that. So today's story takes place in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, November of 2000. I got my first job ever hired as a cook at Kentucky Fried Chicken on Bond Boulevard, legendary location in my city, right? So I get this job, and in the first 2-3 weeks, I'm staying to myself. I'm staying back in the kitchen or in the area where you wash the dishes at. I ain't going to the drive-through window. I ain't mingling with the cashiers up front. I'm kind of just staying to myself, learning the ropes. After a few weeks, I noticed this girl who's a cashier is starting to work a lot of the same days I'm working. For the sake of the story, to protect her identity, we just gonna call her D. So I had a little crush on D, right? But I knew D was older than me. I didn't know how much older, but I knew she was an adult and I wasn't. I was 16 going on 30 because I thought I was grown. Come to find out, she was 22, right? So initially, how I started to try to get her attention was asking her little simple questions. Hey, you see where they put the new schedule at? Oh, over there? All right, thank you, appreciate it. Hey, where'd the manager go? You know? Oh, you on lunch? Oh, thanks. I started doing stuff like that. Then I got tired of fucking around. And I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go really up there and talk to her. We slow back here, ain't no customers. Let me go say what's up to her. So we talking or whatever. I don't know how we got on the topic, but she asked me if I ever seen the movie Castaway. Now, Castaway had just came out like maybe a week or two prior to this conversation. I'm like, nah, I never seen it. She all in there on some Siskel and Ebert Rotten Tomatoes type time, giving it all type of 2 thumbs up. Like, yeah, this movie is good. Boom, boom, boom. She hyping the movie, right? So I'm like, oh, it's fire like that? I'm like, you went to the theater to see it? She was like, nah, I got it on DVD, the bootleg. I'm like, you gonna have to let me borrow that so I can check it out. She said something like, I don't be just letting anybody borrow my DVDs. I was like, well, if I can't borrow it, then maybe I'll just come over your crib and watch it. Yeah. She looked at me like, oh, is that right? I'm like, matter of fact, you got a boyfriend? She is like, why? I'm like, I'm trying to see what's up with you. She's like, oh, is that right? You got a lot of confidence for a youngin'. I'm like, man, you know what it is. I like you. You clearly feeling me. She wasn't clearly feeling me, but I said it because I felt like that was the confident thing to say. Let me go into this with my chest puffed out. Yeah, you clearly feeling me. She is like, oh, am I? I'm like, I mean, shit, you can't tell? She's like, maybe a little bit. I'm like, yeah, that's what I like to hear. Yo, let's exchange numbers. She's like, all right, but keep it on the low because we can't be at work with this. You underage. And I'm saying this is the statutory dip. I'll get taken to the slammer if they find out. I'm like, nah, you know what I mean? I'm keeping it on that hush. We exchange numbers. So now me and her is texting and conversating, conversing. Sorry, that's not even a word, conversing on the phone. But at work, we're keeping it cordial. It's just, hey, how you doing? Nothing crazy. I ain't trying to blow cover, right? The day comes to where I'm supposed to go down there and watch Castaway with her. It's a Friday night. Now, let me step out of the story real quick and give y'all a little context. The next few minutes of the story, I'm going to explain some decisions that my mother made that you guys will be looking at me and being like, your mom was a bad mom. My mom was addicted to crack at this time. So all the bad decisions she made, I'm attributing to her addiction to crack and why she would let this happen. Because if she was sober, none of these things would have fly. You know what I'm saying? She wouldn't be with none of that stuff. So just remember that when I tell this next part of the story. My mom is a crackhead at this point. So when I'm talking to Shorty, she's like, yeah, come to the house at, let's say, 8 o'clock. I'm like, cool. She's like, and you can bring whatever you drink. I don't know what you drink, but you could bring that. I'm like, I bet. In the moment, I thought she was talking about liquor. I didn't think she meant like Sprite or iced tea or nothing like that. So I'm like, oh shit, I gotta bring some liquor. Cool. I go to my mom and say, yo, mom, I'm dating this chick at my job. She invited me to her house tonight to watch this movie. She told me to bring liquor. My mom was like, all right, what you want? Now, time out. I told you, that sounds crazy from your mom buying a 16-year-old kid liquor to go mess with a 22-year-old woman, right? But my mom's high. You know what I'm saying? Not currently, but she was addicted. So I'm like, well, what should I get? She's like, you don't want to be sloppy drunk. So, you know what I mean? Take it easy. And then you might want to get something that she could drink too. Let's just get you some wine coolers. I'm like, whatever. We go to the wine and spirits. We pick up some Seagram's wine cooler, 2 6-packs, right? We get them joints. She drops me off at the house. When we get to the house, when we pull up, my mom was like, she live in that building? I'm like, yeah, why? She was like, oh, you don't remember this building? I'm like, nah, should I? She's like, you remember my boyfriend Pete from back in the day? I'm like, yeah, vaguely. She was like, he used to live on the 3rd floor of this building, this apartment. I'm like, oh, that's crazy. I'm like, nah, I do remember. She's like, I'm like, she lived on the 1st floor. He was like, oh, shit. So that happens, right? Drops me off. I go knock on the door. She lets me in. I got the, yo, I brought these. She was like, oh, damn. In the moment, I wasn't really good at reading the room. That oh, damn should have let me know that she was like, nigga, I meant iced tea, not Seagram's. I was like, yeah, my mom took me to the spot and got this. She was like, for real? She knows you're here? I'm like, yeah, she cool. She was like, oh, all right, come on in. We watched the movie. I don't remember getting past like the first 30 minutes. We drinking the wine coolers. I think I passed out, like from being intoxicated, right? I'm 16. I go to sleep. She shakes me, yo, come into bed and lay down. It's late. I'm like, all right, cool. I get up, go into bed. Now, a little context again. At this point in my life, I've only had sex 3 times. I lost my virginity at 14. A year and some change later, I slept with one girl. And then a year after that, I slept with another girl. 3 times, that's it. So I'm very inexperienced, you know what I'm saying? I think I'm grown, but I'm not. This shorty got a baby. She got a child already. She's in college. She's in grad school, matter of fact. So we lay down or whatever. That first night we do it, she showed me the ropes, taught me how to eat the box, everything. Yo, take your time. Put your hand here. Do this. Grab here. All that shit. She's walking me through it. Because I ain't going to lie, as men, as young boys, whatever you want to categorize us as, a lot of times, if we don't know something in regards to that, we be embarrassed to say, yo, I don't know, or I'm not familiar. You know what I mean? We'll just keep trying and keep trying and keep trying. Because I always been a jokester, I went into it and was like, yo, I only banged like three times. So I don't really, you know what I'm saying? You're going to have to teach me what you like. She's like, I got you. Don't worry about that. I'm like, bet. Laid me back, showed me, took me to school. You know what I'm saying? Sex education 101. After that night, I was sprung. So that's the only thing I will say. When they say like an older person can manipulate a younger person or whatever, it wasn't that she manipulated me. It was that she was so much more experienced that I was like addicted to that feeling like, yo, I need that again. These young bras my age ain't doing that. She's sucking, she's doing everything. I need that. You know what I mean? So now I'm gone. I'm already in love. I'm telling you that right now. I'm in love with her. First time I hit, I love you. So now we keep talking, but at work, again, it's on the low. We ain't, doing nothing. One day I'm at the crib, we sitting there watching TV. She jumps up like, yo, hide in the closet. I'm like, what the fuck is you talking about? Nigga, I'm not hiding in no closet. She's like, no, my cousin's here and you can't be here. If she finds out I'm talking to you, I'll lose custody of my kid. I'm like, what? I just go in the closet because that right there is scared me. I go in the closet. I'm thinking it's going to be a little quick 5-10 minute wait. Nah, I'm R. Kelly trapped in that joint for like an hour and 45 minutes, an hour and 30 minutes, something crazy. I'm standing on heels and shoes, and it ain't no walk-in closet. It's one of them, the bifold door joints. So it's like no space in there. I'm cramped in there. I'm like, yo, I hear them having conversations, talking about dumb shit, sipping wine, man. Get this bitch out the crib. I'm stuck in here, right? I'm ready to just sneak out the closet, lift up the window in her bedroom and just climb out the back and just dip like, yo, I'll talk to you later. But I didn't know, you know what I mean? I stayed in the closet. The cousin leaves, I'm like, yo, what's up with you? Why would you do this? She was like, well, that's not technically my cousin. That's my daughter's father's cousin. Me and her are real close. If she finds out I'm messing with a 16-year-old, she'll tell my baby's dad. I'll lose custody of my kid because my baby's father's going to school for the law. He already won custody of the kid. This will just give him all the ammunition he needs. I'm like, all right, I get it. Cool. She's like, so we got to plan better in the future. I'm like, nah, you got to plan better. If she's coming, I'll just leave. Nonetheless, we continue to talk. Now, this new dude named Elijah gets hired at the KFC. He's a cook. Me and him hit it off because I'm kind of showing him the ropes, telling him how everything works or whatever. Me and him get cool. So as we get cool, he's like, yo, why don't you come to the night gym and hoop with us? I'm like, oh, where y'all be hooping? They like, Hosanna House. That's a place in Wilkinsburg, and they had night gym. And I'm like, oh, yeah, I'll pull up. I'm saying that kind of like, yeah, let me know. But I really don't want to go because it's the winter time, and I got to catch 2 buses to get there. I'm not doing all that to play full court with a bunch of niggas I don't know. I'm not doing that. So I keep telling him I'm going to go, but I'm not. So I keep, I'm going to pull up. Oh, yeah. So one day I finally decide, yo, I'm going to just go hoop. I think me and her was arguing about something. So I hit him like, yo, I'm going to pull up. I'm about to get on a bus right now. He like, bet. I catch 2 buses out the Hosanna House. I get out there. Elijah's a no-show. I'm like, yo, this nigga, bro. Like, you know what? I can't even be mad because I done stood him up, a bunch of times. So the fact that he probably thought this nigga ain't really coming, that's probably my fault. All right, cool. I didn't even hoop because I don't know nobody there. I came in, didn't see him, waited a little bit, got back on the bus, I left. I went home. I didn't go back to her house. I went to my grandma's house. That's where I was living with at the time. So me and her starting to have a little bit more arguments here and there, and I'm starting to notice the dynamic in our relationship is changing. I'm like, yo, what's up with you, man? She's like, nah, it's just like sometimes the age difference is bothering me because there's stuff that you be doing that lets me know you're younger than me. And I'm like, oh yeah, duh. I can't make myself be older. Like I'm who I am. So I started to notice the change and I ain't like it. And it kind of seemed abrupt. Like everything was going good and then just a shift change, right? So I'm like, all right, cool, whatever. So we wasn't talking one day and this was like, I could tell you this was probably one of the first days that led me into starting to sell drugs in the near future or whatever. I remember this day like it was yesterday. It was me, the dude Terrence that I told you about in one of the stories this during life, and a dude named Mike Webb that I mentioned him in that story too. The 3 of us had got a fiend bug. I don't know if y'all know what that is. That's what we call it where I'm from. They call it rent and rock at different places. Basically, you give a drug addict drugs in exchange for their car. They don't have money, but they'll let you use the whip. So we gave this fiend some drugs and we rode around with Mike all night while he bust snaps in the fiend bug. The next day was Valentine's Day. So at this point, me and D been talking for like 2 months. I'm like, yo, we've been arguing. I stop at the store, I get her some teddy bear, a balloon, some flowers, and a card. I'm gonna surprise her early in the morning before I go to work and time out. I wasn't working at KFC anymore. I forgot about this. I had a new job at a grocery store. So me and her don't see each other at work. We only see each other at the house. So I got work at my grocery store later on, so I'm not gonna be able to spend Valentine's Day with her. So I was like, let me bop over there in the morning, give her gifts, give her a hug and kiss. Maybe we make up. Then I go about my day or whatever. And I'm thinking I might crack a little something in the morning, get a little AM cheeks. All right, so I go to the house and I got a key. But to the apartment, there's the key to the main door, like to let you just in so you can get to all 3 units. Then there's a key to the actual unit. So boom, I open the first door, come in or whatever. As I'm putting my key in the second door, the chain is on. And I'm like, why she got the chain on? Like, this don't make no sense. So I'm jiggling it. I'm like, yo, knock, I knock on the door or whatever. She comes, she cracks the door open. She's like, what are you doing here? I'm like, I got something for you for Valentine's Day. Like, let me in. She's like, you shouldn't have came here. I'm like, what? She's like, yeah, you shouldn't have came here. I'm like, yo, you better open this fucking door. I'm ready to snap, right? And my mans in them is outside in the whip waiting for me. Because I'm going to either tell them, yo, go ahead, I'm good, or I'm coming back out and getting a ride home. So I'm like, what the fuck you mean I shouldn't have came here? What the fuck is you talking about? I hear a nigga's voice in the background. Yo, who that, babe? It's Elijah. I'm like, yo, you fucking this nigga Elijah? She just closes the door, locks the shit again. I'm sitting there, got tears in my eyes. I'm like, yo, this shit really not on Valentine's Day? I'm like, what the fuck? I'm livid. So I gotta get my face together because I'm crying, but I'm not like, I'm not like that. I just got like tears in my eyes because I'm hurt. Wipe my face off. I just throw the shit in the hallway. Like I don't bring it back out because I don't want them to know that I just got played, right? So I get back in the car. I'm like, oh yeah, she got to go to work. She getting ready. I just dropped it off. It just take me to the crib. They're like, all right. I'm in the back like, take me to the house. Later that day, I go to my job. I'm a bagger at a grocery store. My cashier is bad as shit. She 250 times better looking than D. I can't remember her name. Light-skinned, pretty joint. She went to Duquesne University. She's an adult too. So I got D to go to Pitt and Shorty to go to Duquesne. And I'm telling Shorty my sob story, which I shouldn't have done. I should have just been like, yeah, Shorty cheating on me, yeah. But I was like kind of emotional with it. And she's like, oh my God, my boyfriend, I caught him cheating today too, da-da-da. Me being a nigga, and when I say nigga, I mean like a man, like a male, I forgot all about my Shorty cheating. I went straight to, well, me and you should fuck and get revenge on them. I don't even care that my girl did that no more. Oh, your man cheated on you? Yeah, I'm here. I'll console you. I'll comfort you. So I'm trying to bag Shorty. She didn't go for, she was feeling it, but I guess her moral compass was a little bit more aligned and in tune than D's was, because she was like, man, you cute, you handsome, but you a kid, I can't do that. Like, I think she was like 20 or 21. She was like, I just can't. I was like, yo, nah, I ain't gonna say nothing. And that was between us. She's like, nah, I can't. Your dad works here. Like, you're definitely handsome, but I just can't. I was like, fuck. So that happens, right? Fast forward. This is what I found out. All those time that Elijah was inviting me to basketball was to get me out the house so he could go over there and crack her. Because I was pretty much like, I wasn't technically living there, but I had a key. I was always there. So that was the setup to get me out the crib so he could pull up and hit. And that one day that I did go meet him and he didn't show up, he's over my girl's crib pounding her cheeks out. You know what I'm saying? Blowing her back through the mattress. So I'm like, yo, that's so crazy or whatever. So again, this is when I'm 16. Fast forward, I go to the military at 18, 2 years later. I go to boot camp, all that shit. I come home in December. So this is damn near exactly 2 years later. I come home in December after I graduated basic and AIT. I'm home for 3 weeks or whatever. I don't know how D found out I was home. Maybe it was because her cousin was my homeboy. And I want to say his name, but then I'll give her identity up, so I'm not going to do that. But her cousin was my man from the hood. So maybe he knew I was there and was like, yo, guess who back? White Mike back. And she was like, oh. So I come in the house one night, late at night, maybe like 11, 12 at night. My granddad is up. He's like, yo, you got to, I took a message for you. Somebody called looking for you. I'm like, well, who was it? He gives me the number like, yeah, says her real name. And I'm like, huh? But he was saying it wrong. I'm like, all right, let me call the number back. So I called the number and she said, hello. I'm like, yeah, my grandfather said somebody called me from this number. Somebody said the name. She was like, oh, Mike, it's me. Da-da-da. I'm like, oh, shit, D? She's like, yeah. I'm like, oh, shit, what's up with you? How you been? Da-da, boom, boom, boom. She's like, I'm good. I heard you went to the military. All this shit, right? She's getting all the rave reports about how well I'm doing in life. I'm like, yeah, I'm home. I got 3 weeks before I go to my duty station. She's like, oh shit, I would like to see you while you're home if you want. I'm like, yeah, I ain't got no ride. I just graduated. She's like, nah, I'll come and pick you up. I'm like, I bet. She's like, I gotta go to take my little brother out to Duquesne and drop him off. He could ride with me. He's at a house party right by where your grandma lives. I'm like, I bet. D comes, picks me up. We get in the wheel, pick our little brother up from a party, drops him off out Duquesne. She's like, you want to come back to the crib or whatever? I'm like, yeah, that's cool. We same crib. She's still down there. We pull up or whatever. We in the house talking. And she's like, y'all want to apologize to you? I'm like, yeah, like, what was up with that? Like, we never really got to talk about it. And she basically said, the fear and my conscience was eating alive at me knowing I was messing with somebody who was underage. I felt bad about it. And it was just bothering me. Then Elijah comes along, who's someone of age, and starts, yeah, I could do this, da-da-da. Now, he don't know me and you is messing around initially. And eventually I tell him why I can't give him the time of day. And he's like, man, I can get him out the picture. I'll do this. That's where they set up the basketball thing. So boom, they start messing around after that. Cool. I'm like, well, what's up with him now? What happened with y'all? She's like, he's a bum ass nigga. He was supposed to go to the Air Force. He basically started living here, lost his job. So he basically turned into Jody from Baby Boy. All the shit he was telling her he was going to do, he's supposed to go to the Air Force, didn't make it, got kicked out, didn't go, some crazy shit, some loser shit. He's living with her. Eventually, she just got fed up, got the ick because he's a bum, kicked him out. Now she's hearing about me. I'm a soldier. I'm doing all this. I'm doing everything that he said he was supposed to do. And now I'm of age. She's like, what you want to do? I'm like, you know what I want to do. And I'm a little bit more experienced now. She was like, bet. We take it right back to the bedroom all night. Like 5-6 hours straight, running and gunning. I'm in that shit. She like, damn, you didn't learn a lot since. I'm like, yeah, you know, I'm a pro now. That's what I thought. I was still only 18. I ain't know shit. But I knew more than that 16. We running and gunning and shit. Now, because I'm so a spiteful person and I run off of revenge, I'm gassing her up, man. I want to be with you again, man. Like, I love you. Like, I've been thinking about you ever since that. I'm telling her all this bullshit, right? She feeding into it. So I'm like, yo, I got to do some running or whatever. I'm going to come see you today, you know, like the night before I go back to the military. She's like, all right, cool. I look forward to it. I never go back, never call her, nothing. I just leave. She writes me this long ass letter, which is how I know I'm old as shit, because she wrote a handwritten letter and mailed it to my unit. Man, I'm so disappointed, man. I thought we had something there, all this shit, yada, yada, yada. I call her. I'm like, oh, what's going on? She's like, oh, I didn't expect to hear from you. I'm like, oh, man, you know, shit got happened, boom, boom, boom. And she was like, so what we doing? Like, we gonna try to make this happen or what? Like, I can't remember verbatim, but basically she was like, I want to be with you. What are we doing? And my answer was, bitch, call Elijah. You got me fucked up. I'll never give you the time of day. Thanks for that night of fun while I was home, but that's the end of it. Bong, hung up on her. Then I went to Iraq after that, and I hadn't seen her for years and years. And then we're friends on Facebook now, whatever. I don't really talk to her much, but yeah, man, I didn't feel like she messed my life up in any way as like a grown man can do to like a young girl. So that's why I don't believe that it's the same. I think it's a double standard and for good reason, whatever. But again, you might disagree, you might think wrong is wrong, and that's cool. I don't think that's the case. I think that it's just different. But when I conclude this episode of the Chronicles of Mike Murphy, I am your host, comedian Mike Murphy. Hey, again, man, if you're new to the channel, please do me a favor, hit the subscribe button, like, share, comment, tell a friend and tell a friend. Any way that you can help contribute to growing the audience on my channel, I greatly appreciate it. Because I said it before, I'll say it again, without you, there is no me. And for that, I am forever thankful. So until next episode, y'all stay safe and I will see y'all later.